Bright Beauty. Every student matters.
Hello friends, in earlier videos we learned all about fractions. So today in this video we'll be starting up with exercise 2.6. So there will be certain questions we'll be discussing, almost all the questions which we'll be discussing of exercise 2.6. So here's the very first question of exercise 2.6. First part says that find 0.2 times 6. Again, be with your pen and paper. Try and solve it out yourself so that whatever answer I'll write, you can give it a check at least. So how do we go about it? We'll be multiplying these two numbers as it is first of all. So 2 times 6 will be 12. Now we have only one digit which is after the decimal point or after the decimal point. Now 0.2 into 6. We have decimal number over here as 12 is equivalent to 12.0. We'll be shifting this to the left hand side. So that will be one place to the left. Why? Because there are only one digit which is to the right. Because in this one we don't have any digit and we don't have any digit which is after the decimal point because we don't have any decimal point over here. So what will be the final answer over here? That will be, I'll write it down here itself, 1.2. Right? Let's move on to the second one. Again, we'll be multiplying 8 and 46 as it is. So 46 times 8 will be 6 here is 48. 32 plus 4 is 36. So we are getting 368. But again, we'll be shifting only one place to the left. So from here we'll be shifting one place to the left. So we'll be getting 36.8. Moving on to the third part. Doing the same thing over here. 271 times 5, which is 1355. Now over here if you can see that it has two digits after the decimal point. Here we don't have any decimal point, but we have two decimals. We have two digits after decimal point over here. So what do? We'll be shifting two places to the left. So what do we get? We'll get as 13.55. Moving on to fourth part now. 201 times 4, which is 804. But we'll be shifting only one place to the left. So we are shifting this decimal point to one place to the left. That means we'll be getting 80.4. I hope you are understanding all these questions and you are trying it yourself as well. Moving on to the next one. 7 into 5, which is 35. Now we have two places after decimal point, or we have two digits after decimal point. So what do? If we have here, we will be moving two digits to the left. So what we get actually? 0.35. Now 21102 multiplied by 4 for the next part, which is part 6. 4 2 is 8, 0448. Now we have two places or two digits after the decimal point. So we will be shifting two places to the left. So we'll be getting 844.08. Right? Next part says 2 times 0.86. So we're multiplying 86 and 2. We'll be getting 172. We have two digits after the decimal point. So what do? 1, 2. Very good. So we'll be getting 1.72 as the final answer. Moving on to second question. We need to find the area of rectangle whose length and breadth is given. So we all know how do we go about it and how do we solve this question. So we'll be writing it over here as length of rectangle is how much? 5.7 centimeter. And how about breadth of rectangle? So breadth of rectangle is 3 centimeter. Now we have length, we have breadth. How can we find the area of rectangle? So that will be 5.7 times 3, which is 7 3s are 21. Okay, let me just write it down over here. 7 3 is 21, 5 is 15, 171. But how do we shift it? We have only one digit after the decimal point. So we're moving on to the one place to the left. So what do we get? 17.1 as the final answer, right? But we'll be writing out units as well after that. That will be centimeter squared, right? So don't forget to write down the units because sometimes most of the teachers deduct mark for this unit as well. Moving on to third question, and here we need to multiply by 10, 100 and 1000. We discussed in earlier video about it. How do we go about it? If we have 10, we'll move one place to the right, 100, two places to the right, 1000, three places to the right because we have 1, 2 and 3 zeros respectively. Now the first part says 1.3 times 10, that is 1 0 after the decimal or after the decimal point which we have. So what do? We'll be shifting it to the one place to the right, so we'll be getting as 13. Write out the second one now. That's correct if you have written 368 because we've moved it one place to the right. Since we have 10, so we're moving on to the one place to the right every single time. So this will be 1537. How about fourth part? Now we need to multiply it by 10 and we have two digits after the decimal point. So once we'll be shifting it to one place to the right, we'll be getting 1680.7. Moving on to fifth part. Now we need to multiply it by 100. So what do? That's correct if you said that we'll be moving two places to the right. So we have one place and we need to move another place as well. So what do we write? 3110. That means 3110. Moving on to sixth part. Again, we'll need to move on to two places to the right. So what do we get? We'll be getting 15610 as we have only one digit after the decimal point and we need to multiply it by 100. Moving on to seventh part, we need to multiply it by 100. So we're moving on two places to the right. So what do we get? 362. How about eighth part? That's correct. That will be 4307. 4307. Ninth part says we need to multiply it by 10. So we'll be shifting it one place to the right. We'll be getting only 5. Again, shifting it one place to the right, we'll be getting 0.8 as the final answer. Now the next part says 0.9 times 100. Moving on to two places to the right as it is multiplying by 100. What do we get? We'll be getting as 90 with us, isn't it? Moving on to the last part of this question. We need to multiply it by 1000 and we have decimal point and we have two digits after the decimal point. So shifting it to 1, 2, 3 places to the right and we have 3 zeros over 1. So we are getting 30, that is 30 as the final answer if we multiply 0.3 by 1000. Now fourth question says that a two-wheeler covers a distance of 55.3 km in 1 liter of petrol. How much distance will it cover in 10 liters of petrol? So how do we start this question? Try this question at least once so that you can refer this video or these videos which you have for the answers which you gave or which you wrote. Now, distance covered by a two-wheeler in 1 liter of petrol is 55.3 kilometers. Now they've asked that how much distance will it cover in 10 liters of petrol. So let's say if you got one chocolate of 15 rupees. How many chocolates or how many amount, what will be the amount of 10 chocolates which you would buy? So what do? You'll be multiplying these two and then you'll be getting 150. We're doing the same thing over here. You know that 1 liter of petrol covers 55.3 kilometers. So what will be the distance that a two-wheeler cover in 10 liters of petrol? So now distance covered in 10 liters of petrol, what would that be? We'll be multiplying 55.3 and 10. And how do we solve this? You'll be shifting one place to the right as you're multiplying it by 10, which has only one zero after it. So that will be 553 kilometers. So 553 kilometers is the distance covered in 10 liters of petrol. So at the end we can write it down, that distance which will covered in 10 liters of petrol is 553 kilometers. Now let's move on to another question which we have. So we are moving on to question 5 now. It says we need to find 2.5 times 0.3. So we did that as well. How do we solve these questions in earlier videos? So what do? We'll be multiplying it exactly numbers which we have. So 25 into 3 will be 75. Now if we have 75 and we know that we have 2 digits after the decimal point, one for this and one for this. So this is, and these 2 digits are there. So we'll be having decimal point over here and we'll be moving it to 2 places to the left. So what will be the final answer which we have? 0.75. Try other parts too. So now we have 1 times, we'll be ignoring decimal point first of all. So 1 times 517 is 517, but 1 place over here and 1 place over here. So we'll be getting 2 digits after the decimal point. So we'll be shifting decimal point 2 places to the left. So we have decimal point over here. So 1 and 2. So we'll be getting 55.17 as the final answer. Moving on to another part. So third part says, so first of all we're multiplying this. So 3168 multiplied by 2 is 6336. So 1 place over here, 1 digit over here. So 2 digits. So what do? Yes, we're shifting 2 digits to the left. So the final answer which we'll be getting is 63.36. How about this part? 1.3 multiplied by 3.1. So we'll be multiplying these two numbers. So we'll be getting 403 and 1, 2. 2 places or 2 digits after decimal point. So we'll be moving 2 places to the left. So we got the final answer as 4.03. Multiplying 5 and 5, which is 25. Decimal will be here and 2 places over here and 1 is here. So we have total 3 digits. So we'll move 3 places to the left. So 1, 2 and there should be another place. So we'll write it as 0 and decimal over here. So what do we get? 0.025. Right? I hope you have solved these questions yourself as well. Please refer to this video once you are done with this solution. So that will help in practice. And again, as you all know, practice makes a man perfect. Math is nothing without practice. So please keep on practicing more and more questions which you get. So now the next part says 11.2 multiplied by 0.15. So what do? We multiply 1, 1, 2 and 15. We get as 0, 6, 5, 2, 1, 1. That means 1680. So 1 digit here, 2 digits here. The total is 3 digits. So what do? 1, 2, 3. So the answer is 1.68 or 1.680. Moving on to the seventh part, we have 1.07 multiplied by 0.02. So 2 places over here, 2 places over here. So total, we'll shift that decimal point 4 places to the left. Now we'll be multiplying 107 and 2 first, which will be 214. And we'll need to shift 4 places to the left. So this will be our final answer. I hope you can write it down now. How do we go about all these multiplication of decimal numbers we have? Okay, so let's move on to 8th part. So we're multiplying 1005 and 105. And we have 2 places and 2 places here. So again, 4 places to the left. Let's multiply these two first. Now we'll take here 0, 0, 0, 0, then here 5, 0, 0, 1. Adding all of them up, we'll be getting, and 4 places to the left. Over here 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll be getting 10.5525, right? Moving on to the next part, 10101 times 001, isn't it? So we have 101.01 multiplied by 0.01. 2 digits here, 2 digits here, so 4 places to the left. So if I'll ignore decimal point, so what do we get? 10101 multiplied by 1, which will be 10101. And moving on to the left 4 places, so we'll be getting this as the final answer, right? Moving on to the next last part of this exercise, we have 100.01 into 1.1. So what are we doing? We will be multiplying these two first. Here 1 digit, here 2 digits. So we'll be shifting decimal point 3 digits to the left, or 3 places to the left. So let's multiply these first. So ignoring points or decimal points over here and multiplying these two. We'll be getting 110011, and 3 places to the left, 1, 2, 3. So we'll be getting 110.011. I hope we understood how to multiply decimal numbers, and we will be coming up with other videos too. Till then, take care and keep on practicing as much as you can. Thank you so much.